We are live.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Bittersweet on the Flash Season 5, Episode 2. I'm Grayson Earl James, and with me is that other guy.
Jake, SyncroChamp. Hey,
Yeah.
I dab. Don't talk about it. All right, so we're gonna talk about the second episode of the Flash Season 5. Let's go. I got a title card. First thing that this episode opens up with is the unmasking of the big bad, which was pretty awesome if you ask me, but also kind of like, oh, they did that with Devote too, so it's not that big a deal, I guess.
Yeah, they're definitely starting him off from the very beginning.
Yes.
And I don't know how I feel about that, and we'll touch into that a little bit later cuz by the end of the episode we see some weird things
hmm
about this villain's alignment,
Yep.
but just looking at him, how do you feel?
I definitely get more Punishery vibes from him than like I did last episode as well. Um, but I'm
Mhm.
very interested to see where he goes as a person. He's quite like I don't know what he was like. He was at a gym, I think, doing some boxing by the looks of it, which is cool.
Yeah, he really seems like this guy who's very talented by himself. And do we see the effects, like his power that he uses on other people
I
in
don't.
that first scene? He has like a flashback, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has a flashback to like the fight with Gridlock. But
Yes.
I don't think he has a power. I think he just steals powers, and like I just think he doesn't like metas, so he takes away their
Yes.
powers and beats the shit out of them.
Yes, because like literally after we see his face and he's just like this normal dude, which for some reason he's carrying around this like dingy looking dagger, and this guy just starts talking to him like, "Yo, what's going on?" I don't
I don't think he
can't
had the
remember
dagger
him by name. He did.
like openly on him.
He was holding it in his hand.
I don't think it was in sight of the other guy.
No, it
That would
was
be
like
absurd.
near his chest.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Yeah, and the guy's like talking to Cicada from behind.
hmm
And then we flash back and we see his dagger like hit the ground and it like nullifies people's powers temporarily, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Probably. We'll get to the temporarily thing later. Yeah, this
Okay,
is the
dokie.
flashback scene you were talking about with Gridlock. Um, and then I have this really good shot of a green screen and our
Mhm.
boy. It's just um,
This wasn't in the show, was it? The green screen
I think it
shot?
was. I. That's definitely a screenshot I took of the show. I don't
Must
remember.
have been around something green.
Yeah, I watched the episode twice, and some details still escape me.
It's got a beautiful smile going on.
It does. It's a wonderful image.
He feels really good
He's
in
very
that
happy
role.
with his actions.
Oh.
We've got the instant reveal of the the secret between Barry and Nora, which I think was phenomenal. Thank God they didn't keep that the entire season.
Oh yeah, just like unnecessary drama.
It was very un-CW of them to reveal that right away, and it made me happy.
Yeah, these two characters were upfront about what they discovered last episode.
It was phenomenal. We have this picture of Cisco. How do you feel about his arc in the episode?
It was really interesting because it was his information, his arc, as you say, for this episode was still very fillery,
hmm Absolutely.
but it was also cute.
hmm
And it left me conflicted because Cisco this whole episode struggles with a breakup he had with another what do they call them? Jumper?
Breacher.
Fiber? Breacher. There we go. Another breacher. But she shows up in this episode multiple times, even in like a hologram form, I think.
hmm
So it leads me to believe that she's going to be back later on in the season.
I think the hologram was a callback to a earlier hologram she sent him. I think it wasn't like I
Mhm.
think that was reuse of footage. I don't actually know if that was the actress coming in to have to shoot those scenes. So if that's why you
Mhm.
were thinking that, I'm not sure.
No, just because she's featured there,
hmm
like we know we're seeing Harrison Wells again. He comes back every season.
hmm
I think that we're going to be seeing more of Gypsy. because she was featured. In the credits, I'm certain they must have listed her as a guest if they
Probably.
used her.
Yes.
Yeah. And like Cisco goes on and on about like how they're connected because they're breachers and they got so close, and how like he keeps seeing her
Hmm.
and like hearing her voice and things like this.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty confident that she'll come back and she'll want him.
it was a cute way of like showing that Cisco is upset about it because and using his powers at the same time of being like, yeah, because he's a breacher, he's got this more, and they're both breachers. They've got more like emotional connection, and like he can vibe her still or whatever. It was interesting.
Mhm.
What did you think of Block?
Thought that she was a pretty dumb villain.
Yeah, she was easily the least interesting part of the episode. Um,
100%. And like every appearance she has is literally the same scene
yeah,
with the different backgrounds.
yeah.
It's the
It's
worst.
she goes up to a dude, she puts him in a block, and then
Squishes him.
yeah, ugh.
Yeah, really, and it's like, guys, her power is to harden and to tensify the air so it becomes a
Weather or
block.
something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we find her by weather satellites?
Yeah, later on, we'll get there. We have a nice Iris
Mhm.
Team West Allen picture. It's pretty good. Yeah. She cubifies this man by shrinking him into a dense ball of human, which is pretty gross,
Mhm.
but
So pretty
also
much she
like
can pretty much put pressure on something too, right?
yes.
And she can also throw that solidified air. Her power is also just very like stupid, if I'm
It wasn't
being
great.
flat out. The effect looks bad. Its descriptor doesn't even sound like they tried to throw in some superhuman BS.
I think the cube of meat was kind of cool, but that's all I got positive to say about that.
The meat was cool. It was like, why the hell is this so heavy?
hmm
So that was the coolest thing about it.
I don't think I have a picture of that. I should have taken one.
The meat?
Yeah, the cube. That'd been cool. Um,
Well, it comes down in these next couple screenshots.
Yeah, we've got Singh here. He was really good this episode, I think, especially his interactions with Iris. I think Iris
Mhm.
was peak Iris this episode. Like, I don't think we've seen a better Iris.
No, I totally agree.
hmm
If Iris was like this consistently all through the seasons, or at least this season, please let this be the season that she just stops being trash.
hmm
She's actually a reporter, and I mean, I'm in radio broadcasting. I know how reporters actually like do their stuff. And a big part of news agencies getting their information is building relationships with police officers, with firemen.
hmm
And it really shows in this episode that she has some sort of a relationship with Singh.
Yeah, yeah. She
And
goes in and is like, "Yeah, I'm a reporter. I'm here to reporterize," and she just does her job, and it was great. It's cool to see that.
and she's not even hired under anywhere right now.
Yeah, she's
It's
got a
a
blog.
hobby. Yeah. So it's really nice. And there was the one part that didn't get me, and it was like, what's her real relationship to Singh? Like she was engaged to one officer, and now she's married to another officer
hmm
who worked for Singh. The relationship doesn't really go much deeper than that.
Well, and Joe is her dad and
Yeah, that's
top
true
dog
too, I guess.
detective. So I'm sure
Yeah,
they have lots of off-screen interactions we don't get to see.
you know what? That's actually a fair point. I didn't think of that.
hmm
So she
Um,
has like a lot of connections to him.
yeah, actually, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
um, we've also got Nora showing up at the crime scene. That was pretty cute.
Listen, I said it before. I'll say it now. Nora is a very cute girl, and I think she's supposed to be.
hmm
I think she's like this very innocent girl who's she wants to be like Barry, but she's very different in her own right. And I think part of her charm is actually the fact that she's looking for so much approval from Barry.
I can
So
see that.
like as example in this screenshot, like very doe-eyed, very innocent character who just wants her hero to acknowledge her.
hmm
Mhm,
Yeah. And that really comes into play later on with the whole Barry Nora arc that I think was very well done this episode.
mhm.
Uh, Yeah, her CSI work was adorable. She was like, "Oh, what you guys don't have the future words and stuff." This is cute. I liked it.
Mhm.
Uh oh, I did have a meet cube picture. Great, wonderful.
Hey guys, there's that meat cube picture.
Yeah, callbacks.
So as they're investigating the scene after the big, this girl's gonna put condensed air and squish a boy, we stumble upon the meat cube, which is literally that man.
Yes.
Just a cube of human meat that somehow was compressed like a diamond and weighs as much as a man.
Yeah, he like tries to pick it up and he's like, "What the hell? That's definitely a human body. I know exactly how much that weighs." That made me laugh. It's like, jumping to conclusions, but okay.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. When I saw it, I was like, "How is he so certain?"
Yeah,
And now I'm really thinking about it when you mention it, and like, yeah, it could have been literally anything. Like,
yeah.
oh,
Oh well.
that's a huge hole.
It's not that big a deal. I'm just nitpicking. And then we've got Cisco going to, well, being forced to go to Ralph for relationship and getting over relationships type
Because
advice.
Ralph has been through so many women
Yes, of course. It's clearly how Ralph works.
that he's the master. He
Hmm.
he must know how to get over a broken heart at this point.
I think the Book of Ralph was really super Ralph, you know?
Yes, I
It's like
dug some of the advice in there.
it's like the bro code, but Ralph.
Exactly. It's like an off book of the Bible, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Excuse me, getting a phone call.
Oh jeez.
There we go. I will
Um.
put my phone on mute. Yeah, it's like the expanded universe of the guy code.
Yeah. That's wonderful. That's a great
Yeah,
head canon.
it's like what should a bro ever do if they are broken up with and you pull this out?
Hmm. Ralph and Barney would be best friends.
Oh, dude, or worst enemies.
True. They'd be competing bros.
Exactly.
Dang. I didn't think of that. I don't like this.
Because Barney's actually a little bit more serious, right? He's about the bros, but he's not as ha ha. I'm goofy.
Yeah. You're right.
Ralph really doesn't hold any rules to himself other than what's convenient for him.
Yeah. This is true.
Hmm.
Huh. I'm I'm
Best crossover.
I'm looking at some of these 27 steps of getting over your love life. I've got up to 8 here that I
Okay.
screenshotted. We've got the shark cage diving, which they make fun of, and the positive affirmations, which they also make fun of. Watch beaches and paint your toenails. Yikes. That's good.
Pastels look best.
For sure, of course. Um,
Arrange your record collection graphically.
that's
After
good.
3 months, arrange by what is that color? Give
Which
your best bud $20 every time you think of your ex.
that's a expensive step.
Dude, I dig it.
It makes you
Come
not
on.
want to think about her, but that would be hard, I guess, because then you'd be like, I don't want to think about her so much that I'm thinking about her. I don't
Oh, dude, speaking of corgis,
know.
because I keep talking about corgis in my personal life,
Of course,
visit a corgi beach festival.
corgis are great.
Take a hot air balloon ride to Star City.
Oh, I like that. That's cute. Crossover.
Hit the gym twice a day.
That's just advice for life.
And
But
then
like,
go vegan.
does it say go vegan? Where's that? Oh, it
Like a little bit
does.
to the right.
Dang, I
Yeah.
didn't even notice. It's really all about that looking good for your no longer love, I guess. Show
Yeah.
her up. And then Iris goes and it does some digging about what happened to Gridlock.
Mhm.
And we end up at this hospital with the driver, I think, of Gridlock's car thing. The
Mhm.
He was taking him away to Iron Heights. So it's made point that Cicada didn't kill him. He was only there for Gridlock. That was the big point of that conversation.
Mhm.
which again reminds me of Punisher because Punisher punishes the bad guys, and in Cicada's eyes, it seems like metas are those bad guys.
Which isn't too wrong. I mean, how many bad metas have we seen?
A lot more than the good ones, yeah.
Yeah, but like it's an absurd difference. It's like only the villains got for some reason only bad people got superpowers.
Yeah. They kind of talk about that. They really only deal with good metas in season 4, which was my favorite part of season 4 actually. Because like they create a bunch of new metas, and most of them are either good or have completely reasonable, like,
Desires.
yeah, reasons for what they're doing. Like Ralph was just a dude that could be plastic, and then we had the bad luck chick who literally didn't even know she was doing anything wrong. She was just walking around being good luck, and
Yeah,
then bad luck
exactly.
to everyone else.
Hmm.
So she
And like
wasn't
she
doing
was
any of
getting
that on
whatever she
purpose.
wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So then we scroll down a little bit more. We have this cute little scene
yeah.
with the couple.
How'd you feel about Cecile this episode?
I didn't think she was bad, but it was just more filler in my opinion.
Yeah, she's just kind of there. I get that.
Yeah, they're
Um,
both just kind of there. I mean, I like Joe by himself. In fact, I'm kind of disappointed that they decided to bring in another kid character and be like, "Yo, let's do this all again."
Joe did some really good stuff this episode though that I want to talk about when we get there. I liked him this episode
Okay.
as a whole.
You'll have to fill me in once we get there because this scene here with the baby is what really stuck out to me.
Hmm.
Just
Um,
parental problems, really.
we've got blocking more people. She
Yeah.
kills her former. Does she kill anyone here? No, that's Nora in that bubble.
Yeah.
So they get out of that pretty easily.
And then she throws her,
Yep.
and then Barry has to stop her from falling
With the
because
tornado arms, which I always love to
yeah.
see come back. That's like my favorite power.
My favorite part of those arms is seeing the behind the scenes
Hmm.
footage of him wiggling
It's a
around.
huge meme. I love it. It's great.
Oh,
Every time he does it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's some
it's not
gold.
even not even moderately quick either. It's always like the most obtuse.
Yeah, slowly, gotta Ugh, tornado my
Yeah.
arms.
I'm sure Grant Gustin's like, I'm going as fast as I can. Come on.
Give me a break, man. Ugh. Yeah, Iris talking to Barry about detective work. I'll be honest, this is the scene I couldn't figure out where it went, so I just threw it in there. Oh well. Uh,
There's something I want to follow up on. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure if that's in the right spot even. More Cisco stuff. Cisco goes to Ralph for a makeover. That was great.
Oh, he becomes fabulous,
Hmm. He was
but
very
not
upset
really.
about getting a haircut, so he didn't get one. That's
Yeah, I
adorable.
mean, I would have liked it if he would have gotten a haircut, but it's cool still.
Yeah, I agree.
Ralph, I think Ralph's style only works on Ralph.
Oh, could you imagine if they made him into a mini Ralph? Like in looks only?
Cisco,
Be amazing. He gets like
similar. I mean,
the spiky up hair.
oh god, that would have
Couldn't
been cute though.
I agree.
But all this is just behind the scenes stuff of what is the main plot, namely Nora going back to school.
What?
That's the next scene.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that was adorable. She
Yeah,
was like a little schoolgirl. Yikes.
yeah. The whoa. Who-
Yikes. Didn't mean it like that.
oh god. She is a girl in school.
Whoops.
Oh, that cracks me up.
Oh man.
The point is, Barry tries to re educate her on what it means to be a speedster.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh
But she's all like, I'm from the future. I know all this stuff. I just need practice.
yeah, she's very impatient about it all. She ends
Mm,
up trying to show off by throwing some lightning, and lightning bolts your boy through a uh
glass.
yeah, the board. The
Yeah.
famous flash board.
Oh, they're gonna need to get a new one now. Ah,
So much 10, 20. I don't know how much. How much do you think a board like that is?
probably overpriced.
Probably.
Eh.
At least it's not a smart board. Those things are a lot of money.
He falls through, and then she's like, "Oh no, I real done goofed. Maybe he was right. I'm gonna like revert into a turtle shell and stop trying
Yeah. She like
as
gets real
much."
sad because she
Hmm.
hurt her hero.
Then back in Star Labs, they pull up some footage. I think this cutscene actually is supposed to go back up to where Iris was asking for advice, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably.
And like, characters enter from off screen as they always do, and they start hearing. No, wait.
This was in Barry's office. This scene. Back she asked Barry to use her office. That was the scene I remember. This is correct.
Okay.
But then she sees like very little, but she hears the noise which comes back later. The noise the cicada makes when
Yeah,
he's
that's what I
walking
was about to
around.
start talking about. My bad.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no, because that's like later, so we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But just the fact that we get some footage that comes up later, and
Yes.
it's about data.
This is the Joe scene that I was hype about.
Mm-hmm.
It's Barry walks in and he's like, "Joe, I need some goddamn fatherly, elderly wisdom. Hit me with it." And he's like, he's literally like complaining to himself in this situation about himself at the same time. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really good scene.
Yeah, he's pretty much just describing what it's like to be somebody looking up to your hero and wanting to like impress them.
Hmm.
Literally how he was with Wells.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna say again, it'll be really awesome to have Harrison Wells back in the show.
Hmm.
I really want to see a Reverse Flash.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back eventually. Whether it's soon or not, who knows? But
Mm.
that character's gonna be around. I want you to go to this next picture and give me your opinion.
I mean, it's a very beautiful woman.
I love the face. I caught it, and it was like, "Yep." Uh, this is
So this is, yeah, this is.
we hadn't talked about this earlier, but the reason that they were trying so hard to fix Cisco up to get him over Gypsy was so that he could. Um, well, for Caitlyn, it wasn't. It was more Ralph's wanting to do this, but he was like, "Yeah, we need to get Cisco better so he can vibe this note, this false death certificate that we found at the end of last episode." Um,
Mhm.
so that Caitlyn can figure out what's going on with her dad. So they're talking about that here, and it's like,
We find out she doesn't want to.
yeah, exactly. And there
Mhm.
might be some reason, and Cisco's like, why? And then we don't find out till later.
Yeah, but then Cisco also admits that like Gypsy's not coming back, and
Hmm.
one of Ralph's most meaningful steps is that if she was the one, then they would still be together.
Yeah, that was cute. That was a good advice line. I actually like that one.
That's advice I give in my real life, and I've
Yeah.
I've said that before.
It's pretty corny, but like it's true. That's why it's corny, right?
Oh yeah.
The corniest
When
things are always the most accurate.
I'll
We
say when they're right, they're really right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we have this PogChamp face.
It is indeed a PogChamp face. I love it. Uh,
Oh.
I don't. What was going on here? It was.
The PogChamp is
I think
taking
this
away.
was the weather scene. Maybe. Yeah,
You're
it
right.
was. It was them talking about how to catch uh Block, which is a terrible name, and they were like, "How do we do it?" And Iris was like, "There was the whole back and forth thing they always do. Let's go do the weather, I suppose." So they're like,
Hmm.
"Yeah, weather." Yeah,
Yeah,
Team
and
West
weather helps
Allen.
us find her.
Yep.
She condenses air, right? We'll totally find her with a weather satellite
Yeah. It's
that we just. Was it Iris that hacked into it?
She didn't
And
hack
like,
it. It was just she checked the weather. That's literally what she did.
oh, great.
But it was better than, oh, we know exactly where she is because we have facial recognition satellite. Yay. So there's
Which
that.
was the answer to all the other seasons. So yeah.
Yeah.
I hear
Uh,
that.
yeah. So they go find her,
Mhm.
and then Barry gets trapped in a block.
Yeah, after Excess is all like, maybe I should stay here, and Barry's like, nah, you gotta come. It'd be real cool if you did.
Hmm. Yeah, just being
So
real supportive.
yeah, so then they start against Block, and she traps Barry this time, and so Excess has to be the clever one.
It was that scene was hilarious too because the way that the visual effect for the block looks morphed Barry's suit proportions hilariously. Like there was a clip I want or a screen grab that I wanted to find where his head was
Hmm.
literally like double the size. It was amazing. It looks so good. Every time I watched that scene twice, and it killed me
Mhm.
laughing both times. But
It's
yeah,
definitely good, but I
hmm
dug all the flips and stuff from Excess.
yeah, she was like Roy Harper if he was a speedster and didn't have a bow.
Hmm.
I
So then she dodges all the things, stops the bad girl.
Yep. Uh, Ralph and Cisco show up just in time to do nothing.
Conveniently,
Yep.
character enters from off screen.
Yeah. I'm glad that they suited up at all, to be honest. If it was Kid Flash, he probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, it's a little. I guess it's not really that different, is it?
No, but I don't know. It's better than nothing. So
Hmm.
it's hard to use that many superhero characters effectively, right?
Yeah,
At least they see
and
some action.
Cicada comes in, stabs the girl in the chest.
Yep. Um, that was cool. I was not expecting that. It was
I was
neat,
not expecting him to make a big villain appearance. Episode 2.
for sure. It
So
was
he
quite surprising.
so he stabs her. His dagger's all glowy,
Yep.
and the girl falls. Barry tells Excess to save her, and then we get this big shot of the bad boy.
Yeah, it's just like excess. Go hospital. I didn't realize it was spelled just as the two letters until I was watching with
Mhm.
subtitles. I was like, "What? It's
Y-
what?"
I f- I always assumed it was
I didn't.
because it. This is gonna sound dumb as hell, but it's like the moon logic of superheroes, where if her mother said she was always so excessive
Hmm.
and she wanted to use the name XS, she's probably gonna put her spin on it and be like
Fair enough.
XS.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
So
Um,
that's how it just lined up in my mind.
yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I guess I should have clued in from the way that they were pronouncing it, but I didn't.
Real harsh, yeah.
Yeah. Then we've
So
got
then,
Cicada's
how do you?
sweet entrance.
Yeah, you get a sweet entrance, and how do you feel about that dagger when it just like Harry Potter style dusts them?
Oh, geez. Um, with like stealing their powers and stuff. You mean?
Hmm.
I think it's a neat little effect. And I think I really enjoyed watching them fight, like try to fight without their powers. It was hilarious. Um,
It was rough.
yeah, and I also one thing I noticed, I took the screenshot of the girls being like, "What's going on?" Because they can't see because they don't have the satellite, so they need to actually communicate without just knowing everything that's going on the battlefield. That was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they don't know that they're getting their fucking asses handed to them.
What's going on? You guys are like about to die.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Like,
really cool
It's
though.
it's
Barry
beat up. Yeah,
Barry needs some Oliver Queen lessons again.
but he got some, and that's what confused me. Is like
He
you think he would have landed a few punches.
he got like philosophy lessons like in year 2. That was like not he needs like some fist fight training for when like he loses his powers every season. He should get some martial arts in there, you know?
Hmm. And then I think we're missing an important cut here, but Excess comes back, and she's like, "Dad, no!" Right when this boy's gonna kill Barry,
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
and we get this weird soft spot from the villain,
Hmm.
who decides not to kill any of them
Yeah, he just
when
leaves.
Excess runs back and says, "Yeah," just walks away, and then they turn their head, and he's not there anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. I assume he'll have like a daughter or something that he cares for. Probably has a thing
That's what I was thinking
like
too.
a
Maybe
father-daughter
bigger meta
relationship. Yeah, I don't know.
because yeah, so far it really feels like I hate all metas. So then why is he making this exception when he's on this murder spree?
Yeah, definitely a
I hope
question.
I really hope it doesn't become a plot hole. It felt intentional.
Yeah, I'm sure it
So,
won't be. That'd be silly.
mhm,
We have them all sitting around talking about like what the hell was going on.
mhm,
Cisco is like, "Hey, let's try reviving the doctor's note that we've been talking about doing all day, all episode." And
and he
then,
does,
yep,
but then he
and
suffers like a recoil.
yeah, and he doesn't see anything, but Caitlin does. Wow, this picture was from
Mhm,
the start of the episode. Uh, and we see Caitlin's mom in the vibe from Caitlin's perspective, which is interesting.
mhm.
Normally, it's both of them can see it, and not you know just
Yeah.
the one, especially
What I thought
not Cisco.
what I thought was really interesting is the throwback to I think season 3 where we see a future Cisco and a future Barry, right?
Yeah,
And Cisco has his hands cut off and he can't vibe anymore. No hands, no vibes.
I remember.
So I really think that because his hands got slit, that's what's going on with his powers.
Hmm. I I didn't remember any of that, so that's cool. I wouldn't have caught that.
At least that's how I took it. They could totally be like, he's losing his powers, or we'll see how it goes. But I really do think it's because his hands got sliced and damaged.
That's very possible.
But it could also as likely be because his hands got cut by that dagger.
Yes.
So,
I don't know. That's interesting.
mhm.
But then we head to the final scene in the Cortex with the whole team standing around. I love those shots. They're just cool looking. And
Mhm.
they are like, "Who is this guy?" Right? They
Who is?
go ahead.
I was gonna say, who is this guy?
Yeah, cicada. They're like, "Who that guy?"
Yeah, who dat?
And they're listening to the audio, and Iris is like, "Yo, listen to this audio of the God, what's his name? I said it like 4 times today.
Cicada?
No, 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 no. The guy that he killed in the first episode. Gridlock. They were like, listen to the gridlock footage because it's the same noise, right?
Mm.
So they make the connection, and then Ralph makes the offhanded comment about it being a bug sound, and that like clicks in Nora, so she knows him somehow. Is the point?
And then next episode.
Yeah. How do you think Nora knows about Cicada?
By the expression she gave, he's probably gonna be a big deal. It's probably gonna be another one of those situations like Savitar, where everybody's like, "You never fought a villain like him."
I personally, I don't think that's gonna be it. I have a inkling of a suspicion that it's going to be like the gridlock situation. We're like, oh my god, what the fuck? He was supposed to be a one-off villain. What's he doing? And he was like supposed to come way later. I fucked something up, like something like that. I think that'd be cool.
That's also likely. Also, I'm looking at stream right now. Yellow font, yellow text.
Yeah,
Looks really good.
I think so too. It's like the boots, but at the bottom of the stream.
Exactly the boots that we wanted.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh,
anyway,
and that
in
was really that episode, right?
what was?
That was really the episode.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. But in summary, how do you feel about um the relationship between Barrett and Nora as a whole so far?
I think it's cute. I think that she's really working her way into being like his apprentice, getting that father experience that she never got.
hmm
But the thing is, if she succeeds in bringing Barry back, she'll go back to her future, and like the Nora she is now won't exist anymore. Right? It'll
That's
be like a flashpoint.
That's sort of okay. The way that I see that is this Nora will go back to a timeline where Barry. Oh no, you're right. I don't know. That's confusing.
No, it's 100%. It's not a different universe, man. It's
hmm
She will cause her own flashpoint, and she will slowly lose her memory that this happened.
Damn.
Eh,
You're right.
if she brings it back.
Yeah, if she manages to stop 2046 or 2026, whatever,
Yep.
that would be the thing.
And I mean, that's something we've been talking about for a while. Maybe Cicada is the villain from 2026.
Oh, I highly
Since
doubt
her,
that.
I
It,
did it too, but
they mentioned
considering
Reverse
her whole
Flash in
plot.
the article,
Oh
so
yeah, it's a fight with Reverse Flash, and he goes missing.
yeah, it's probably like a new and improved Legion of Doom. That'd be fucking cool. Cause Hawk Girl and Hawkman are there, and Oliver,
Mm.
so it's got to be a big deal. But yeah, that was the whole episode. Do you got anything you wanna yell at the world about?
Uh,
Show
well
from the
now
rooftops.
I'm still just thinking about the Flashpoint thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of going to be like that episode. I think it was in season 3 where Reverse Flash shows up to like steal a tachyon device,
Yep.
and it's kind of like the remnant of their wells,
Yes. But he
and he's
like
just
doesn't
kind of there.
exist, but he does exist. It's
Yeah, he's just going through his motions before he gets defeated,
true.
and it's going to be like that. Nora will always exist in their time in that moment, but moving forward, she'll suffer her own flashpoint.
She'll be a completely different, very loved Nora.
Yeah,
That's weird.
these are all those like time paradoxes, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Which which for some reason never affect the show.
Well, that's TV logic, I suppose. What
Yeah.
you gonna do?
Like if they stopped existing, then it never would have happened. What?
Yeah, that's ugh. That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Oh man.
But anyway, other than that, I just want to drop my Twitter, Grayson James, twitter.com. Uh, I do a podcast of my own, Tonight We Talk. It's on iTunes and Google Play, so give that a look. And I have a Facebook page I don't use, so don't bother searching for it.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I do this every week at Thursday/Friday/ whenever I feel like it. So there's that. So tune in here at twitch.tv/SyncroChamp and youtube.com/SyncroChamp and Google Play, so, Bittersweet on, and iTunes eventually. Yay. That's, yeah, cool. We'll see you next time. Wave at the camera. Even though nobody looks at the